Let's get out of the container. Yeah, let's talk about that. Hey guys, Randy here at The Living Adventure. Hey, I love these talks. It's good for me because it gives me a chance to express myself in a way that I've always wanted to do, and hosting some of the men's groups that I host gives other men an opportunity to express themselves as well, and I think that's important. One of the things I want to talk about today, though, is about containers, right? And what I mean by containers is that we as people, we put ourselves in these containers and we try to live our lives within that container. And some people are perfectly fine doing that. Other people, they want to grow, they want to expand, they want to become more than they are. And if you think about it, it's like a plant in a pot, right? So the people that want to stay in the pots eventually become root bound, and they have no room for growth anymore, and the roots become intertwined, and they're starving for the necessities that keep them alive. Whereas the people that are starting to grow, they get transplanted into a different container, a different pot, and this allows their roots to spread out, that allows them to actually become bigger and stronger and better than they once were. And I'm talking about mentally, right? The problem we have is that if you're sharing a pot with somebody and that relationship is one person wants to stay in that pot and the other person is growing outside of it, what do you do there? Do you stay intertwined and knowing that eventually that you're going to overgrow that pot and you're going to become root bound? Or do you separate and find your own container and keep moving on through life? There's some real thought that needs to be done there, because in relationship building, and I'm talking about the early stages of relationships, things like this are hardly ever discussed. And I do a lot of work with people on relationships, and I mean, we all struggle with them. I mean, like the complexities of people are just fascinating to the point where relationship building is a challenge, especially these days. A lot of it's superficial. But the deep-rooted stuff, no pun on that, in those pots is true, right? If you're a plant or a person that likes to grow and want to become more, and you're in a relationship with somebody who is content being idle and sitting in a small pot, then that's not going to work out too well, is it? And so I think these are important things in relationship building, is that you establish right up at the front is what kind of person are you? And I also think I talk a lot about costumes, right? Because a lot of people, they're intrigued with another person superficially, whether it's their looks or their behaviors, and a lot of that is a costume. You got to get through those costumes and be honest with each other, and sometimes that takes a while. And so we really need to work on that as a population, or as a people, in our relationship building, and finding out which is the best person for us. Are we going to stay stifled in a pot, or are we going to grow together? Anyway, guys, I hope this helps.